Hello guys. How are you today? Happy day. Okay, so I'm not 100% yet, but I'm working on it. And so today I wanted to go over, because I hear all the time, like, I want a skincare routine, but I don't want 15 steps. So I want to go over with you guys kind of what I do that has made a huge difference in my skin, like completely. If you haven't seen my before and after picture of my skin, I was an avid tanner. I tanned like every day. I was in the sun every day. And so my skin has reversed so much. Obviously, the education's never out for the pro. Always going to take care of my skin and doing bigger, better things. But I want to show you guys basically what I did in order to make sure that I was pro-aging my skin. So every night, well, not every night, but a couple nights a week, I double cleanse, especially if I have makeup on. I double cleanse, which I'll use a regular cleanser, or I'll use my oil-based cleanser and then a regular cleanser. And the reason why I use this oil-based cleanser is because it helps to get all that dirt and grime off. Now, I worked out, so my skin is probably pretty dirty right now. I know it needs to be exfoliated, but I like to use this before my routine because it's gentle on my skin. It's an oil base. Plus, it's great for mature skin, oily skin, all kinds of skin types. So I like to just put that on my skin. Now, normally I'm doing this over the sink, so it's a little bit easier, but I like to use a microfiber cloth. And so I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to wipe that oil-based cleanser off. Now, there's so many oil-based cleansers on the market. And that's one of the biggest things that I get asked is, how do you know what oil-based cleanser to use? Well, I'm going to tell you. Oil-based cleanser does make a difference with what ingredients are in it. You want to look for ingredients like vitamin C, marula oil, all those fun things, right? Because we want to balance the skin, but we don't want to dry the skin. Plus, we don't want to make the skin oilier, right? So a lot of people have this misconception that when you have oily skin, you can't use an oil-based cleanser or serum. That's completely false. It's completely false, because oil balances oil. Like if you put oil in a glass of water, they go to itself. So if you actually struggle with oiliness or acne, this oil-based cleanser is perfect for you to do a couple times a week. So I'm gonna do that for a second, and then what I like to do is a couple times a week, I like to take my a lactic acid pad. Now, I used to be an avid facial goer. Obviously, with 2 kids, it's harder for me to go. So I love doing this in between the times. And the reason why is because lactic acid actually is an AHA, which is an alpha hydroxy acid. So it's comparable to what you would have done at the salon. And I was telling you guys my skin needed exfoliated really bad. So what this does is it pulls the glue apart on your skin. And so it pulls that glue apart, and then it allows that skin, that deep layer of skin, to just be exfoliated out. Okay, so I'm not going to do tons on my skin here just because it is a little red from working out. But I love these lactic acid pads because they help with melasma, anti-aging. Like, guys, this stuff is like the bomb. I love using it all over my body. It is one of my favorite products to use. Now, I would recommend being careful if you are going out in the sun after this. Make sure you're using like some sort of SPF. I wouldn't sit outside and be like want to bake. You know what I mean? Just like if you go get a facial or anything like that. If you look at this, look at the dead skin that came off of me. This was all that dead skin, right? So you can even move it from the inside out if you want to, because I am cheap and I use every last bit. And I also go behind my ears. I know that's so weird, right? But I like to go all over the skin. Now, lactic acid is probably one of the safest alpha hydroxy acids that you can use. Because if you have sensitive skin, it's hard to use a regular alpha hydroxy acid because your skin is sensitive. So if you could get rashes, you could break out, you could all kinds of stuff. So I like the lactic acid pads because they're gentle. They're for all skin types: acne skin, oily skin, eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, all the skin types, because it's not as harsh. You're getting the same results as a chemical-based lactic pad or chemical-based like alpha hydroxy, but you're getting it in a natural form, if that makes sense. So I let this usually sit for about 10 minutes. But while I'm doing that, the next thing that I like to do, and I'm huge for underneath my eyes, like huge. I love doing stuff for underneath my eyes, because if you look here, I have a lot of crow's feet. And if you look here, I have that 11 line, that scrunchy line, and I have all this fun little stuff going on here. I'm pregnant, so my skin is really my skin is just crazy. So that's why I like to get back to the basics, because we all need that. We all need that reminder, right? We all need that reminder. Okay, so I'm using an eye cream. Guys, this eye cream, oh my gosh. It's like a cloud of butter. It's like a cloud of butter. I've had this forever. And so I'm just going to pat it. Now, what drew me to this particular eye cream was that it has acmella in it, which is the same thing I use in my body oil. And it's actually came from another country, in like India, all those other countries, because they actually use acmella for tooth pain. Isn't that crazy? They use acmella for tooth pain. Okay. And the reason why they do it is because it actually causes the inflammation to go down in that area that it's applied. It also causes like the contraction to slow down. And so it's in our eye cream. Now, it doesn't feel like hurt or anything like that. It's nice and cool. I would refer to this as like almost like frosting. Like it's so soft but not sticky, right? But it's not sticky. And so I like to just apply it around the eyes, because you don't really need a lot. So I just kind of go around and look at my areas, make sure I got everything. But I love that it has that acmella in it, because it literally will cause that area to just immediately start to see like the puffiness and all that. I have horrible dark circles. I was sick for like a whole week. Blah. Like it was bad. I was not feeling very well. Okay, so as you could see, very minimal steps, because I only do this maybe once or twice a week. So I would only be washing my face, putting my eye cream on, and then the next thing that I like to do is, I don't know about you guys, but I love serums. Serums, I'm a serum junkie. I love serums. I love how they change the skin. I love how they cause the skin to just like plump and all that stuff. And so I started using a serum that actually has sungai mushroom in it. okay? If you don't know anything about mushrooms, mushrooms are like a great, I heard something outside, are a great non-thropic for your body, okay? And so serum with sungai mushroom is going to help lighten, and it's going to help brighten, and it's going to help tighten. So what it's helped me do is it's really helped to bring down these melasma lines. Now you guys are probably like, oh, she still has melasma. Well, yeah, I still do, because it's, if you think about it, I did years of damage to my skin. So it's going to take me a long time. It's like eating junk food. You gain weight, it's not going to come off overnight, right? So my skin is always in process of getting better, right? So, but I love serums, and serums are very, very, very important in any skincare routine, because the serum is what's going to give you that hyaluronic acid. Now, mine is infused with sungai mushroom, but also it has hyaluronic acid in it. If you're not familiar with hyaluronic acid is basically a sponge, and your skin absorbs, it's like water, and it's this huge sponge. So those of you who look dry, dehydrated, inflamed, plumpy, you want to look plumpy, you don't want to look lumpy, you want to look like a grape and not a raisin, then you want to have a serum that is going to help you with that, right? So I'm just drying my face. Now you're probably like, why did I put water on my face? I put water on my face because water activates the hyaluronic acid. So water accelerates water, right? So I know it's so scientific, but Sarah said, oh my gosh, like I love this routine. I was looking for something simple and easy. Absolutely, Sarah. Send me a message. I'd be happy to get you hooked up. Oh, and we have Barb. Oh, no, it's Betty. Betty said, you started using this serum and you're absolutely loving it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know we got you started on that like a month ago. So it's dry now. I just like to make sure that it's somewhat dry. And so I'm going to talk about my last two steps, okay? So, oops. My last two steps. And this is the last two that a lot of people struggle with because they are, oh my God, I didn't see you there. When did you come down here? She just scared me. I didn't know she was down here. You're sneaky. She scared me. Really scared me. Okay. Okay. So, these last two steps are really, really, really important. So I like to use some sort of like facial oil, and I like to use a moisturizer. And some people are like, well, why do you have to use both? Well, I have oily skin. So again, we're going back to the oil basics where oil attracts oil, right? So if I'm using an oil-based serum, then it's going to help my skin stay hydrated. It's going to help my skin stay plump. Is it? It's going to help my skin like create those natural oils, so I'm not going to feel like overly oily or overly all that fun stuff. So this is what it looks like. It actually has marula oil in it, which actually has 6 times more vitamin C than an actual orange. So typically I use this at night, and this is my face getting ready for night, right? And so I like to just kind of go in and apply that on. And you're probably like, why am I applying this before a moisturizer? So if you think about molecularly, if you put a moisturizer on before you apply an oil or serum, it's thicker, right? So it's thicker and it's harder for it to get through. So if you look, this moisturizer versus this serum, which do you think you would apply first? Which do you think would go to the skin faster? That's the marula oil. And so any type of oil you put on before a moisturizer, because you want that moisturizer to be able to go through. Some people are like, well, why do you have to use an oil and a moisturizer? Because a facial oil is different than a moisturizer, right? A facial oil helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It helps with basically getting that oil under control. It helps with acne. It helps with all those things. And a moisturizer is a moisturizer. That's what's going to moisturize your skin. We're looking to basically create that barrier for the skin. And so I'm going to put on my moisturizer last. Just let it sit there for a minute. This is my go-to moisturizer. Absolutely love this moisturizer. It is actually like a green smoothie kind of moisturizer. And the reason why we call it that is because, think about it. If you go and work out or you do any type of physical activity, most people want to have like a protein shake afterwards, right? Why do they want to have a protein shake? Because it puts protein back in the body that you just lost. So you want to put that on your skin because you want to replace everything that you just lost from the toner pads or from during the day when you had all that fun dirt and grime on your skin. And so it's a layering process. It's like building a cake, right? So you have to have all the ingredients set and ready to go. Now, this is actually my natural alternative to retinol. It does the same exact stuff as a normal retinol, but without the chemical. And so it's very important for me because I want those same results, but I don't want to use chemicals on my skin. Everything I use is chemical free. So this actually is alfalfa and celery in it. So it helps with anti-aging. It helps with like the same result as what a retinol product would do. Tighten, tone, fine lines, wrinkles, all those fun things. It's going to do all those great things and it's going to keep you hydrated. Love this because I can just pop this sucker open and I can just get myself a new one and it's like going green or whatever. So this is actually on sale right now. You can get this on sale. So that's what I like to do. This is a brand new collection. It's never been offered before. So I use my Midnight Oil Cleanser. And then once a week, I'll use my lactic acid toning pads and then I'll use my serum. So literally I'm just using my oil cleanser and then I'm using my eye cream and my Sotox and my moisturizer is what I'm using daily. Okay. And then at nighttime, I'm adding an oil. I'm only adding one extra product. You don't have to have 15 steps in order to have an effective skincare. So I think a lot of people get hung up and they're like, I really want to do skincare, but I really don't want to do 15 different steps and I don't have time. So I don't have time to do everything either. There's some days where I forget to do the eye cream and I only do the Sotox and the moisturizers. There's some days where I just do the moisturizer. I clean my face and I just do the moisturizer. There's, nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to have this perfect routine. But I do suggest having some sort of routine. And if you haven't had your skincare checkup or anything like that in the last year or two, skin changes. Hormones, pills, medical stuff, our skin is always changing. So it's really important that you get like a checkup from the neck up and you're getting that assessment. If you haven't had an assessment on your skin and what you should be using, and it's not product specific, just saying, okay, you should use a serum or you should use an oil or you should use this type of cleanser, stay away from a foamy cleanser, use a creamy cleanser. If you haven't had that in a while, you need to drop down below checkup, and so I can give you just a a regular old basic checkup, not product specific, because we really need to get your skin reorganized. We're getting ready to go upstairs. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Again, comment checkup below. I'm doing, I have so many one-on-ones that I'm doing this week. So I have limited availability for the checkup. So make sure you comment below. It's totally free. It's not product specific. So it's just to help you out. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.